Hello and welcome everyone. Today we're making one of the most searched recipes on the internet, butter chicken. That's how our beautiful butter chicken or chicken makhni. This Indian recipe, beautiful aromatic succulent dish that is suitable for any occasion. Get started with the recipe. Let's dive first into our ingredients. For ingredients, we've got ourselves this beautiful succulent boneless chicken, about 500 grams of it. We've got some butter, of course. We need one onion, unless it's as huge as this one. You can go with half of it. We need a couple of cloves of garlic. We're gonna need an inch of ginger, a couple of tomatoes. Coming to our spices, we're gonna need some Garam Masala. There's some Cumin Powder. There's Paprika or red chili powder. There's turmeric. There's ground coriander. And then there's Kasuri methi. Kasuri methi is basically dried fenugreek leaves. We've got a couple of cloves and a couple of black pepper. That's all there is. And let's get started with the recipe here. The origin of this recipe is sort of interesting. There was a hotel in India which used to be famous for its believe it was barbecue chicken, or as you call it, tandoori chicken. And now they used to have some leftovers at night, so they didn't want to waste that food. I mean, it's not going to go bad just the next morning. So one of the cooks there had an idea to basically make sort of a gravy based out of onions and tomatoes, add some cream into it, and then all that dried chicken. So basically, if you were to eat it fresh, tandoori chicken is one of the most famous dishes across the world. However, it's cooked in these large ovens, so it tends to dry up. And then to just make sure that that dryness is sucked away, or you add some sort of moisture into it, we make a gravy and then put that into it. That's sort of the same dish that we're going to follow today. So let's get started with it. I'm going to just get these onions roughly chopped. You don't need to be doing it extremely small, because all of this is basically going to be going into the grinder so that we can make that gravy out of it. So we're done with our onions. Let's get to the garlics. Again, garlics are going to be in the mixture as well, so no need to worry about how short or how large they are. This is an interesting sort of a recipe. I mean, it's so famous. A lot of people enjoy it in hotels, but if you were to really try it on with the way we're making it or any other recipe, it is an extremely easy dish to make, and one of our favorites here. Okay, that's done. We'll get to the tomatoes. Now, tomatoes, make sure you don't cut them short. Half is good, because when we're putting all of this in the grinder, you don't want the skin of the tomatoes there. Otherwise, we would basically have to strain it, and I personally don't like doing that. It sort of takes away from some of the nutrition from the food. So I'm gonna just leave these as halves, and when we put them all on, when we're cooking all of it, I'll just take the skin off of it before I put that in the grinder. That way I don't have to go through the straining process. The next step for us is going to be making sure our chicken is marinated. So all the spices, you don't need to really be worried about the spices, the quantity of spices, because Some of them are going to be in the marination here, and some of them are going to be when we cook this gravy out here. And in the day we're putting this 1 cup of heavy cream. So you don't really need to worry about the spices. Spices are good with this dish. So I'm taking a bit of red chili powder here, some coriander, a bit of that garam masala, some of that cumin, a couple of black peppers, and a couple of cloves. And I didn't miss out on mentioning salt. Salt is something that you add for your taste buds, really. Also, I did forget mentioning about the heavy cream in the ingredients. So we've got 1 cup of heavy cream. I've got my chicken here marinated with some of the spices that I did mention at the beginning, and that's gonna go into the freezer. I'll see you back once we get cooking. And we're back, everyone. So I've got a couple of pans ready right now. We've got our chicken, we've got all the ingredients that we looked at. Of course, can't forget the heavy cream. That's gonna go in at the end. To start off with, as the name suggests, butter chicken. And in that butter, I'm gonna get 1 of my cloves, a couple of black pepper going. Just gonna put some more butter on the pan, the other side. Now keep in mind the other pan has to be ripping hot because that's gonna cook our chicken. The chicken is gonna drop the temperature right away, so you want the temperature to be ripping hot. First pan, in go the onions. Now the key to this dish is the onions, don't brown them. They just need to go to that translucent color. Once these are translucent, in go our garlic and ginger. This is just beautiful. Garlic and ginger, as soon as it hits the pan, just gives you that great flavor. Now in goes our tomatoes. Like that looks beautiful. So we're gonna go in with our garam masala. Do not be shy with the spices. Like I said, that heavy cream is gonna come in. We don't want the dish to be sweet. It has to have some sort of a kick. You can of course reduce the chili powder if you're not a fan of it. Like, I'm not a fan of turmeric. I do like turmeric, but not a lot of it in the food, so I'm just gonna use half of it. With the chili powder, we're going all in, really. Same goes with our coriander. That's dry. All right. Now, just like I said about the smell, once we added the garlic and ginger, you just cannot. You have to make this recipe for yourself. This aroma that we have, all these spices and butter, it's just filling up this kitchen, and it's extremely aromatic. What can I do? In goes the lid. All right, that's gonna be there for at least a couple of minutes, and we're back. So I just wanted to make sure you guys can see this beauty that we've created here. We're gonna take the skins off of these tomatoes. Okay. Make sure our chicken are nice and charred. I just want them to be darker, a bit darker. All right, and yeah, I think I'm seeing the kind of color that I want to see. Hope you guys can see this too. This beautiful chicken that's just charring up. Hopefully you can hear it. I'll let the other side of that chicken take care of itself. And that's our gravy. That's gonna go into the grinder now. Drop any of that lovely goodness. The end game now. All right. Some butter again. And I promise I do not eat butter as much as I put in this dish. The amount of butter that goes into this dish, really, I probably consume that in a week or so to get, just look at that beautiful brown color that we've got on that. I'm gonna add a little bit of Garam Masala there. Not too much. We have added it earlier. Just a hint of it to bring on the flavors. Okay. This is exactly the kind of sizzle I was looking for. The important part of this dish, 1 cup of heavy cream goes in. How does that look? How does that look? Just awesome, isn't it? Now, let's get that mixed into our dish. For sure. All right, so next part is gonna be adding these chicken into our dish, and so in goes all of our chicken. This is gonna be cooking here for the next few minutes, and while that goes on, now goes in our fenugreek leaves or kasuri methi. Just try to crush it in your hands. Make sure you have clean hands. I washed my hands a few times while this recipe was ongoing. Okay, that goes in. That really brings in a great aroma. Now, everyone watching this, cooking is really like an experiment. So you get to experiment with different spices, different sort of, food products. I'm in a different country right now. I'm from India. Right now we're in the United States. I live in North Carolina. So we're making the most of what we get here and try to make some food which we are used to, of course, and we do love to try the foods here. And we have been enjoying most of the food here too. So I do encourage all of you to try this recipe on. We are very new with respect to making videos. I've been cooking for almost a couple of years now. Most of it I've learned from my mother, my wife cooking. I've not cooked hands-on, but I've been doing that for the past couple of years. This is one of the recipes I love making because this just puts you up in that rank of a good cook, a good home cook, and that's why I love it. And it's extremely easy recipe. I didn't want to make the video too long, although it is, because I wanted to make sure I show you all of the process that we've done here. So this is gonna cook for about 10 minutes and we are done. You can have this with chapati, roti, any sort of bread which is thin, Also, the pieces that we are using here, I'm going to personally try doing that maybe another time, putting that in a burrito. So you make a burrito out of the chicken that we cooked here. That's gonna be something that I try next time. But this, we're gonna have it today with rice. Once it's all prepared and we're ready to take that final shot of all this hard work, I'll see you guys in just a couple of seconds. All right, everyone, we are ready. Just a few more seconds for my garnishing last final touches. I'm just gonna put a little bit of cream here, and I need a bit of coriander just to make it add that beautiful color there. Yeah, I think that's this beautiful creation that we've made here. Let me just give that a try. Just like you would have it in an Indian restaurant, exactly the same way. I'm gonna try some of that chicken. Absolutely delicious, absolutely succulent. I'm gonna show you a very close-up of the food here. That's how our beautiful butter chicken or chicken makhni looks. I hope you liked the recipe. If you did and you liked the way we made the recipe with the fun that we tried to add in our cooking, I hope you would consider subscribing to us and liking this video. We would strive to make a video every week, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching, and we're gone.